I am Josh Hill, bringing you news from North Korea. Recently, the United Nations imposed tough new sanctions, and North Korea did not agree. However, being North Korea, they did not take that sitting down. As an act of defiance, they sent something into the ocean. We aren't sure what was sent, but we're pretty sure it was either older missiles or newer short-range guided missiles. This topic is open for debate, but all we know right now is North Korea is very mad.
Have you ever imagined not setting your feet on solid ground for almost a whole year, being confined to a small space for a portion of your life? That was the case for Scott Kelly, who has just come back down to Earth. He left for space on March 27, 2015, and came back yesterday, March 3, 2016. He left on this life-changing mission to experiment the effects on the human body after long periods of time in space. Scott Kelly's twin brother, Mark, has been being tested, and they will now conduct tests on Scott and compare the genetic differences resulting from Scott's time in space. Astronauts who have gone into space for extended periods of time often come back taller, but their muscles have adapted to the lack of resistance in space, and they come back with loss of muscle and brittle bones. After scientists conduct tests on those two twin brothers, they will truly be able to see what the effects of a year in space have on a human. Whatever those effects are, we are just glad to have Scott Kelly back on Earth.
Thanks, Sarah. And more facts about Scott Kelly. Astronaut Scott Kelly, who grew about 2 inches during his nearly 1-year stay on the International Space Station, is back to his normal height. His identical twin brother, Mark, said Thursday, Scott Kelly, while he spent 340 days in space, took less than 2 days to shrink. Mark Kelly, a former astronaut, told CNN's Erin Burnett out front by email that the two went back-to-back an hour after his brother returned to the United States early Thursday. Scott grew 1.5 inches before returning to normal, he said. Scott Kelly landed in Kazakhstan on Wednesday morning and arrived in Houston to hugs and American treats a day later.
Did you hear that Full House got bigger? The new sequence series Fuller House has most of the original characters. The Olsen twins or Michelle chose to work on fashion than be in this already very popular series. The series was created by Jeff Franklin, and the series has 13 episodes and was released on February 26, 2016. The series was so popular and loved that Netflix renewed for a second season on March 2, 2016. I have watched the season and it was very funny and had heartwarming moments. I recommend that you start watching this great series.
At 11:30 a.m. on Saturday morning, a man named Aaron Wright was attempting to fly his 1967 Beechcraft Bonanza from Carmel to Louisville, Kentucky. Wright began to notice mechanical troubles and attempted to turn around and land at Seymour Airport. He realized he would not be able to make it to the airport and was forced to make an emergency landing. Wright landed in the southbound lanes of I-69 and crashed to a stop when he hit the median. The landing was considered successful, and no one but the plane was damaged. The state police, the Federal Aviation Administration, and the National Transportation Safety Board are continuing the investigation on what really caused the plane to go down.
Thanks, Sarah, and more